Hello everyone, I'm Zorine Te, and today I'm joined by Dan Hines.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, thank you, Dan, who is joining me today to talk about Alone in the Dark Illumination, which I recently got hands-on with during its closed beta period. Now, Alone in the Dark is a series of horror games for those who do not know, and this will be a continuation of that. It will be still published by Atari, but this time around it's being developed by someone new.
Mm-hmm.
So this, as you can see, the camera angle, first of all, is different to previous games.
This looks like a third-person shooter rather than your typical survival horror game.
Yeah, I mean, like, they still are calling it a survival horror game, so I was quite enthusiastic to get hands-on with it, and I entered the single-player mode. And as you can see, you've got, like, your objective in the top left corner, you've got your health, you've got your stats, and you're toting a submachine gun as you go along. And, you know, things that you can interact with or highlighted, which kind of reminded me a little bit of Left 4 Dead.
It looks very much like that. You've also got a flashlight at the end of the gun as well, so you're not exactly in the dark.
No, but you are very much alone in single player. But because objectives are highlighted in bright orange, as you can see, the whole thing kind of feels really like you're just constantly running towards an objective.
Can I just say, is that a flamethrower?
Yes, that's a flamethrower. So your gun actually has a flamethrower on it.
Oh, and a flashlight.
You don't need to switch to the flamethrower. It was a flashlight-equipped gun that also has a flamethrower on it, because these monsters that I'm shooting here, you can only kill them when they're in the light.
Right.
If you shoot them while they're in the dark, they won't go down. But you can kill them anytime using a flamethrower. And I'm guessing the reason for that is because the flames produce light. Although that can be said for your flashlight, so I'm not really sure about the consistency.
It's a lot like Alan Wake, where you had to damage them by shining your flashlight on them first for a short period.
Yeah, I definitely get that vibe. Although there's much less horror than there was in Alan Wake, and I
can't say I'm scared right now.
No, I didn't get that vibe at all. Although they do things like they'll throw a random bit of decor like that to kind of throw you off. I'm not really sure what purpose that serves. You can't interact with it. It doesn't really contribute much, and that panel of text you saw at the very beginning was the only means of which they used to describe the story.
Right, and this is also a cooperative game as well, even though we're not currently playing in cooperative mode, right?
No, but that's the thing, like, this map that I was on felt like it was pulled out of a multiplayer setting, and you were just kind of like, it was really big, really empty, and there was nothing you could do in it except like go around flicking on these lights that you see on the wall, or lighting up barrels to produce sources of light in which you can draw monsters into. And these monsters just came out like wave after wave after wave. And at the end of each map, you go towards a safe room, which is what I'm next to now. And you open the door and like you go into it, which I think is kind of strange, because why does this guy come into this town only to try and escape straight away?
It's video games, they make perfect sense.
No, and although there are different types of monsters, like the one, like what's happened here is one's just blown up and thrown me through the door by the looks of it. So I got a bit stuck, but yeah, you just go from one end to the other and you complete your objective. And that's it.
Okay, so not looking that good for Alone in the Dark Illumination.
No, I was quite disappointed, to be honest, because I was expecting more from what called itself a survival horror game.